Alright. Hello, fellows. Hopefully everyone's doing alright today. Yeah, I'm quite tired. I still have game dev homework to finish. Today's stream might, as a result, be a little bit shorter, but yeah, hopefully I still get some decent work done. Yeah, English elides me. This is day 97, studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. I know I said I was gonna do tree tiling, but realistically, I think I need to. There's one small thing that I need to check that I didn't check last time. Or I guess last time I worked on like cleaning up like the code that I guess we vomit out at earlier stages. Now, one small prerequisite to I guess proper tree tiling is that we need to make sure our tree merging is correct. So yeah, we're gonna take a bit of time to do that actually. And then if time permits, I will maybe get tree tiling started a little bit. But yeah, tree merging being correct is like the priority for today. Yeah, hopefully everyone's doing alright today. Okay. So last time we did a bunch of cleanup stuff. So now if we rebuild, we get like correct output now. It's just a little bit less messy. As in we have less extraneous temporary variables. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna just take a look at the output that we get. From some simple tests. So like, I think op might be a good, or we should actually just like write another test for this, to be honest. Yeah, let's make like test.c again. Yeah, let's steal that. Let's put this here. Okay. So emit mir or dump mir. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. So given this, we can compare against this print output. Yeah, maybe I should like, I guess like the big thing that concerns me immediately is that there's like allocates in here that we need to do something about. I'm not really sure why they're there, but that seems not very ideal. So if we could get rid of those in this level of output, that would be great. I think the easiest way to do that would just be, I guess, moving all the allocates into like a pre-generated assembly block or something. Either that, or I guess like we could give each of them an ASM node, and that would be perfectly fine. Aside from that, I should probably look at this more closely. So let's just paste it into a neoben buffer, and we can compare side by side, sort of. So these two ASM nodes at the top are fine. These allocates roughly align, but we have that one that gets eaten up further. Yeah, so we store something. Okay. And we store, oh wait, this is the same code, I see. So we should be comparing against that. So, we store 1 into this. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that seems fine. There's a load here. Does this load go anywhere? This could probably be merged into one instruction, but I'm not really sure how I want to handle it yet. Okay, so we have that like super op here, which I'm at least somewhat interested about. So this is kind of where all the loads are getting eaten up. Something's a little confusing about that one. Is that a safe operation? That should be safe, right? As long as it's all loads. But the putter load is not safe, at least. I'm fairly sure. Or I guess maybe the code we generate would be better if we just like barred all loads from colliding. I'm not really sure. What is like a good heuristic here? Oh wait, yeah, no, this is not safe actually. This shouldn't be safe because we're like, yeah, these registers are getting eaten up. So I think something's wrong with our memory merging, but it seems like everything else is roughly fine at a glance. Let's add more stuff to the test at least. Or maybe we should just debug this as is. Yeah, so we're back in tree merging, because I guess we can never escape. What else we can also just like, I think we could just mark, we can just mark any node with a memory instruction as, I guess, unsafe, and that would solve our issue to some degree. Oh wait, yeah, yeah, that would solve that issue. The problem here is I guess we can't really tell that like the current instruction has a memory instruction, so it like, or like a load we don't specify as having a memory instruction, so that could break aliasing and stuff. I think allocate should also count, to be honest. Should be true as well. Alright, let's rebuild that. Okay, so that doesn't quite do what we want it to yet. Huh. It's still eating up all the loads. Yeah, that should not be happening. This chain of loads should not ever be occurring, I think. At least the way we're generating code. That's really strange. Yeah, okay. It's something... That doesn't make sense to me. Maybe we're not like updating somewhere? That's strange. Maybe we should also just like insert leaves. That might be what's causing... Oh, wait, duh. T2 is not the correct one to check here. It should be T1. And that should stop it eating it up. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, that's confusing. Let me just like add a comment here. That's like, yeah, like that maybe. What else? What else could be breaking this? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I guess maybe a clean rebuild will do something. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I hope it does something. Anyway, in the meantime, how are y'all doing? Hopefully everyone's at least somewhat alive. We got like a week until Thanksgiving week. So, yeah. Okay, let's run it. It's still eating up all the loads. That's really strange. Trees. Yeah, that should be getting flagged. Let's go cliffside end there. It's good to see y'all. Hopefully y'all are doing alright today. I'm a little tired. Why doesn't this work actually? It doesn't really make sense. These should all be true when we insert a tree. It's getting quite chilly, yeah. Yeah, everything is. I think we're hitting like the point where it transitions over to winter, so that seems reasonable enough. Okay, let's see if this even fires. Pick a number from 1 to 4. Let's go with 3. Let's see what this vomits out. Okay, so it definitely tries. But then why is it still merging all the loads? That shouldn't be possible. That doesn't make sense to me. That literally should not be possible. What is cur actually? So cur is the current instruction. So in this instance, that'd be a load. Wait, how are the loads getting changed? That should not be possible. What the fuck? Wait, what? Okay, wait, this is rather strange. Let's give it a more simple test real quick. This literally should not be capable of happening. Alright, maybe we just do like this even. Okay, this seems more reasonable. But not really even. This just should not be eating up the alloc. Here's embedded. Yeah, I think out of the four, that seems like, at least in terms of what I would think is cool, I think it would fit the most, at least. That seems quite neat. Can we just, what happens if we run mem to reg here? That doesn't get us a lot. Like, yeah, that doesn't help us. I guess we can do this maybe. Then we can give it, or maybe we could just do this. No, that doesn't do what we want. 0 passes equal to mem to reg. Okay, well that eats up everything. What companies hire compiler devs? Yeah, Oracle's one, Apple has a Swift compiler, NVIDIA has a CUDA compiler. All the big quant companies, they need people to work on C++. So that's another example. Ah, here we go. This is something we can actually work with, I think. No. Alright, no, this gets us nothing new. No, the loads should be fine up here actually, right? Yeah, that should be fine. Because that's just the putter. Or I guess an address. Yeah, the other thing we could do is we could just stick all the allocs into a box and not care about them again. But that doesn't seem like the smart thing to do. Let's go to Zadian. I am fixing my, I guess, tree merging output because something is being a little bit funky behind the scenes. What's good, Skittles? Hopefully your classes are going well. Maybe I just don't want to run passes on this. Yeah, there we go. That causes the slot pile. Okay. Or maybe we could just do this even? Okay. That's really not supposed to happen. Discrete exam tomorrow, feeling pretty good? Nice. That's good. I think confidence is like the biggest thing going into exams, to be honest, so I think that means you're in a pretty good spot. Why is it trying to merge here? That doesn't... I'm not sure why this is going wrong. These loads should not be able to chain. This load and this allocate definitely shouldn't chain. Okay, let's just return 0. Is there a way we can like decrease the amount of chaining we have here? Ah, here we go. That should be good. This allocate should not be getting eaten up just straight up at all. Yeah, let's see that. C for low abstraction, cooperation, assembly. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I feel like this whole language stuff is like kind of a little bit overblown. Like you can still do one with the other language and vice versa. Like it might not be like the best fit, but like who really cares at the end of the day, to be honest? It's all assembly at the end of the day. Definitely gonna study more, but have a good baseline, that's good. What are we inserting here? Reg? Wait, what? This doesn't make sense. I don't understand why this is breaking. How's the tree merging going? We're like getting these weird chains of loads, which I don't think should really be happening. And it's also eating up like allocates sometimes, which there's just so many things going wrong here. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to just like do a little more printing just to figure out what's going on. We're just gonna steal this. Let's put in tree merging. Or actually, let's not print there. Let's print here, maybe. At every merge. Oh, I need to steal the visitor. Oops. Where is TSV? It's okay. Where is this? Where's this to string visitor? There it is. Let's put this here. Okay, we're gonna get a lot of output here. Hopefully it's not all bad. Oh, that's way less than I thought. Yeah, that doesn't really help me, huh? Why is it trying to merge in there? There's so many ASM nodes, that doesn't make sense to me why that gets to that point. Okay, we're gonna move this up here actually. Okay. I'm not sure why these are the same. Alright, look. What's the HR look like? Or MIR? So I have preamble. What the fuck? Oh, I see. There's a mirror happening somewhere here. Okay, this is the final one, I think. Or something like this. Yeah, okay, that's what's happening. The list is backwards. Okay, so we have an alloc. There should be another alloc there. And there's a store. There's a load that includes the alloc. That's really strange. It looks like that just copies that, actually. That doesn't seem right. There should be two allocs. Why is that one getting duplicated? Yeah, that is just bad. That's just bad in every capacity, actually. What is going wrong? Maybe my load generation is wrong? It seems like it's generating the wrong register somewhere. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Wait. No, this is fine. So we get the instruction itself. Maybe the store is going wrong? Why does resolve operand again? Sums up how I've been feeling about my code? Yeah. That is just how it is sometimes, I think. What the hell is happening though? Okay, so this returns a node, this returns an operand. Okay, the fee makes sense to have that. This makes sense to have that. I'm fixing a lot of stuff over Thanksgiving. That's good. That's like peak work time, to be honest. I feel like it just feels very nice. Oh wait, it might be a resolve value thing, honestly. Wait, no, this seems correct, at least to me. Okay, is the allocate correct? So we make an immediate. That's fine. Does that get registered anywhere? Oh, we don't need to register it anywhere. We can just do that. Right. Yeah, we can just do that. So the allocate is fine, I think. We make the register node. Maybe we should just use like the resolve function here that we wrote. Yeah, just resolve value, right? Like, that's just the same thing. Yeah. Resolve value, and let's just give it like I, actually. Right? Oh wait, I understand why we don't do that now. Yeah, so we should just make that by hand. load makes sense. That one makes sense. The store, we have to just make a store node like that. Yeah, we're registering this as true. I don't see why this could be wrong. I also just don't know what merges it's blocking as well. That doesn't make sense to me. Source leaf, putter leaf. Yeah, that should be fine. Setting the putter, yeah. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, what is wrong here? I guess what we could do is okay, let's get rid of this print stuff. This is not helpful. I think we could just try commenting this out real quick and seeing what happens to our output. This should like super nuke our code if this is working properly. So this is MIR. Is it just me or does it look the same? So this was just not firing meaningfully, it seems like. What's good, Matthew? Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm doing a lot of debugging right now. And none of it is making sense to me. Yeah, this output's the same. Okay, so this is not doing anything meaningful then. So T1 is the current instruction. And then cur should be the current one. Maybe I'm calling it wrong. C++ good? Yeah. This is just kind of the C++ experience, I guess. Yeah, this should be the same regardless. Unless... Yeah, force is passed by reference. That shouldn't cause any problems. Huh. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, appreciate the support. Thanks for showing up, Zayden. Have a good one. Novum looks cool, yeah. Do you use Notion a lot? I used to. I've been kind of lazy with it recently though, so yeah, it is what it is. I'm not sure why this is breaking though. This doesn't really make sense to me. Yeah, this should all be correct at a glance. The fact that it's like storing state in any capacity Says a lot. Huh. Maybe I should just make this a ref anyway. Wanted to use it a while ago. It's a little bit heavyweight, so I'm not really sure what I feel about it. I feel like it's alright, I guess, but I don't really feel particularly incredible about it. Empty? No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure why this is not working the way I want it to. Something is very wrong here. I guess we could just throw it at ChatGPT. Yeah, I'm really struggling to think of a lot here. Why is the third cannot merge card not firing? This should be fine. Swap the order? Like, what? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. That makes a lot of sense, actually, I think. Yeah, okay. I should definitely just throw this here. Actually, why don't I just break in that? Oh, I know why I don't break in that. I see. I think that might actually be the... Oh no. What the hell? Oh, that's a thing? What? Huh, that's so annoying. Did you know that was a thing? And I can't put a break here. What the fuck? Yeah, I think that's what's going wrong. Yeah, because continue just keeps the loop going. But I can't use a go-to properly here. Ah, I hate this. I really hate this. I really hate this. We might have to like throw in lambdas here. Yeah. That's really not ideal, because then we nest another layer. Oh, this is all so verbose and so messy. I hate this. I really don't like this code. Okay, we do just have to stick a lambda here, I think. Two uses cur. So let's just make this a lambda again. I got rid of the lambda at one point, but it appears I kind of need to use it, I fear. Yeah, so we can just do this, and then we can break if all of these are false. So here we want auto or T2 use it. Oh wait, we can't just like double name this. Wait, what is the difference between these then? Cur is a use of T2. Cur. Wait, are these not both just T2 uses cur? Wait, what the fuck? So this top one is cur is a use of T2. This middle one is oh, I'm so confused. What am I doing? I have the original lambda names in my Git history actually. I should be able to pull something here. It's probably here. Yeah, cur is T2 leaf. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Cur. Let's do this. Yeah, I think, yeah, the commit messages around this time are like when I was like really giving up, I think. It was not a good time for me to write code, to be honest. Is there a way I can like denest this? Oh wait, yeah. So if not cur reg, then we can just continue, or we can return true. Yeah, we can do that. And here, this should be return false. Return true. Okay, we've denested one layer. That's very helpful. Auto aliases. Or maybe aliases. So yes, then this should be so this should be return false, and then out here should be return true. So we should return not this, actually. Right? Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So let's do that. Right? Is this correct? Yeah, that sounds correct to me. So if both are true, we want to return false. Yeah, okay. This seems logically correct to me. Okay, so we have all those. So let's do our little trick here. Actually, let's just copy the... We have a thing down here that we can just copy over, I feel like. Right? Or is that one commit sooner? Finish tree merging. So that commit was obviously a lie. I'm still working on tree merging. So that cannot be true. That factually cannot be true. Yeah, this literally cannot be true. Let's expand that. Okay, here it is. This little pile here. Yeah, there we go. Let's clean this up a little bit. There we go. So the claim format's in the right place. These all line up. Everyone's happy. Wait. I'm not gonna think about this too much. Yeah, we're just gonna leave this as is. I think these names might be wrong. I've written some pretty funny ones. Yeah, I have some really funny ones. I think one of them is just like... I think one of my commits is just named Shut Up and it's really funny somewhere. This should be break. Yeah, so we can do that. Alright, let's try making again. Yeah, that go-to thing is really annoying, but it happens. And, okay. That looks correct to me. That looks like it doesn't merge at all, which is exactly what we want here. Yeah, okay. So let's... Because we want our merging to be safe. So let's make like a more interesting test here. Yeah, so this should be like 1 + 2 now. Yeah, the stores are separate, the allocates, loads. Yeah, well, this is a little bit boring now because we can't really merge a lot, I fear. Do this, B equals that. Yeah, I guess if we're using stack variables, this will intrinsically be a little bit boring. This should merge. This does not make sense. Can you give me your Western settings? They're all in my dot files. They should be on my GitHub. This should not cause aliasing issues in any capacity. I'm not sure why this does not merge. This should be like the world's freest merge. Oh, wait, the conditions are wrong. Right? So if it maybe aliases, this and has to be true. Yeah, I've definitely gotten the conditions wrong. It always implodes at the most random times? Yeah. I don't know. For software that's like so essential to running the world, you'd expect that to not happen. But it always just it finds a way. Okay. That merged properly. Can I just, or actually let's undo that. Let's try that without mem to reg. Oh, it actually does things. It merges that load in. That's nice. Interesting that it prioritizes the loads. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You'd expect it to prioritize the stores if we're working through it backwards. That's really interesting. Huh. Yeah, I feel like it should prioritize the stores. I don't know why it prioritizes the loads. It does come after, at least. Huh. Or maybe, wait, no, we ran into this problem before, actually, I think. No, we definitely ran into this problem before. I think I remember this. Or like this is also why we were getting like loads chaining and not the stores chaining, actually. Okay. So let's commit something real quick. So what do we change here? Okay, we made 2 changes. So gentries, set all memory operations as not as. Yeah, we should do that. So this one is make checks actually block merging. Oh. Funnily enough, I need to format that. Okay. Alright, next thing. Yeah, so I think we might be looking through this in the wrong order. Oh, I know what's happening. The allocate is a memory instruction, so that's blocking memory instructions. Oh, that's really annoying. Yeah, the allocate doesn't. I feel like the allocate should just be a. It doesn't really serve as a instruction, period. That feels really strange. Wait, no, this doesn't make sense. No, wait. Wait, what? Yeah, I was trying to merge the allocate into it. No, but then the other branch should be fine. So which loop is it looking at? It's this T2 scene loop. So that shouldn't kill everything. That just means we have to try again. Yeah, that should be fine. Huh. Also shout out the infinite nesting that is happening here. This doesn't make sense to me. So inside this loop, so there's a break there, there's a break there. If this is not a register, then we want to continue. If that, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I trust the merging is correct now. Why is that blocking that though? That seems really strange to me. That shouldn't be blocking. Yeah, you'd expect. Yeah, wait. So, what order are we going through this? What order are we popping at least? We're doing push fronts, so we're definitely iterating back to front. I'm fair. Yeah, we should be iterating back to front, so that shouldn't be causing a problem. Yeah, we're going back to front. So we should be finding this first. And then if we look at the dump MIR. Oh, there's a load, I see. That's tragic. Right now here this should be fine. This should be a very safe merge. I don't understand why that's not safe. Unless we're just like merging the opposite direction, which seems wrong. Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Don't burn down the house per usual. Oh, maybe it's the iterated order. I don't know. Yeah, give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully everyone's still alive right now. Yeah, okay. I think what's happening here, I think my iteration order might be backwards for something. I think it's greedy merging the wrong direction. I'm not sure what is going wrong, but the checks shouldn't matter order-wise, so I don't think the stuff inside T2 iter matters. Is there a simpler test I can give this actually? Maybe I should even just like int I equals 1, return I think. Yeah, this should, we can see what happens here. So the MIR looks like that. That is a lot of stuff for this. We are loading and storing a lot. That's really strange. Can I just do that? Yeah, okay. That seems more reasonable. So let's do this without dump MIR now. Yeah, there's some greedy thing happening here, I think. Right? Oh wait, no, this looks correct actually. Maybe we could do like some bigger numbers so we can figure out what's happening. Yeah, okay. This store should realistically be combined with the add and not the other way, I think, ideally. That's what we'd want from it. Yeah. So maybe we could like unmark load as a memory up even. No, that would cause issues with the allocate. Yeah, that's annoying. Maybe we should just like throw the allocates into an assembly node. Let's see what happens when we do that, when we generate these. Let's just not insert into the tree first, and then we can evaluate from there. Okay, so nothing has changed yet. Nah, this is, I'm overcomplicating this, honestly. I think. All right, what happens if I make this false again? This might do what I want it to. This might also just not do what I want it to. Found project is firewall implemented by reinforcement learning. Ooh. That seems rather fun. Okay, we run into the same issue that we were running into before, so we can't just like chain loads, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess this might indicate that there's like a iteration order thing that's going wrong. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what? So what does the MIR for this look like? Oh, I need to make, whoops. There we go, okay. So the 3 allocates, we have the 2 stores, that's fine. We have the load 0. This looks wrong. The stuff in here looks very wrong. It looks like we're using the wrong register. That's very odd. Maybe that's something wrong with the print, actually, if anything. Yeah, I'll look into that in a second. The store looks about right, though. The rest of this looks fine. Yeah, okay. Okay. So then, maybe our print is wrong then. Or 2-string, rather. Left and then right. That shouldn't be wrong. Are we code-genning this wrong then? The hell? The lefts are the lefts, the rights are the rights. That shouldn't be incorrect in any capacity. So then why is this load being attached to the wrong one? Okay, that means there's probably something wrong in the tree merging then. So consume. Okay, we could definitely I don't know. I couldn't leave this inefficient. I don't really care. This only messes with that. What the hell? I'm so confused why this is. this load should be attached to this 4. Right. So obviously something is wrong there. And I don't know why that's wrong. I guess we could step through this with a debugger as well, huh? Yeah, let's set our breakpoint here. So we want to run it with... Wait, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, okay. That's the correct one. Test. Input. Test. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's definitely... Yeah. What the fuck? Is the left and the right swapped? That would not make sense. Maybe we should use like a subtract instead. Let's look at this now. What the hell? Okay, so then... So some wires are getting crossed somewhere, and I'm not sure where. Surely it's not on the front end, right? Maybe like when I'm parsing operators, something's getting crossed. Right, maybe, wait. It's dump, whoops. That's 3, that's 4. So no wires are crossed there. Right, yeah, we're subtracting, we're doing small minus big. Doing 0 minus 1, so 3 minus 4. Yeah, so that's good. So then it's probably an issue in like... Where could this be happening? What's good for Night Gamer? Just okay, let's clear that real quick. These look correct. I don't see anything wrong here. I don't see anything wrong here. Hey Ferranto, just my music, ambient mood sounds from Minecraft biome. Ah, I see. that might make a pretty sizable difference. So where are these wires getting crossed? I don't understand what's happening here. 200% volume, youch. I am so confused. Why is this breaking? Resolve value. Is there like a garbage value being left behind, maybe? So we have a value, we dynamic cast it. That should be fine. So that's a register. Yeah, I'm so confused. Why is that happening? That doesn't make sense to me. Let's do that and then like I here. Yeah, that's going in the wrong slot. The store is correct. The load is correct. The load is going to the wrong register there, though. Why is that being merged into the wrong place? Okay, let's print it without merging real quick. This is in here. There. Let's do like program trees to let's move this up to here. Let's steal this again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to OM. Or actually, wait, what am I doing? I don't need to copy shit. Let's do this. Oh, wait, okay. Going to rebuild. This makes little to no sense. Yeah, okay. So that's correct before the merge. So why does this get eaten up by the wrong one? So it's definitely a merging issue. What did I change here? Oh. We're replacing T2. What the fuck? Okay, let's throw this in the ChatGPT. What? Oh, wait, that would make sense, I guess, huh? We're just gonna give it the whole code. Let's try that again. I don't think this is gonna give me a whole lot, but I guess it's worth a shot. Slay with the intake enough? That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kinda... Sorry, I can't think right now. That sounds like a pretty reasonable plan. I should probably get more sleep as well. I'm quite tired. Yeah, none of this is particularly helpful here. Yeah, I'd like to iterate through this in reverse order, I think. What is... No, this doesn't make sense. Wait, okay. Wait, no, is this the correct order? Is this forwards order or is this backwards order? That's very confusing to me. Lash or Gemini, I don't really want to be honest. Sorry, what line is this? Old leaf. It should always be found. Let's just throw an assert real quick. If this is failing, then I'm just wrong, I guess. So it's not failing. So I'm not wrong. And I'm incredibly confused. Okay. Wait, what? So we should do like cur iter now equals context and yeah, okay. I also think I should just iterate through this in the opposite order. But I should already be iterating through it in backwards order. That should be solving like this weird like ordering problem we have somewhere earlier. Yeah, when I generate the trees, this is fine. Some wires getting crossed here. Okay, maybe we just print it at every pass, to be honest. I'm in the wrong place. Yeah, let's throw this here again. This should be context, I think. That doesn't help me. Nothing's changed there. Okay, we have our first interesting merge here. So why is that not merging? Because we're definitely merging in like the upwards direction here. We're merging things into the upwards instruction. This should just be a safe merge. I don't know why this never gets merged. That should be a safe merge, but instead what always ends up getting merged is this into this other direction for some reason. And it really drives me insane. I don't understand why. That should be like the freest merge humanly possible. So what is T1? T1 is... T1 is this. T2 would be this, or I guess the 9. There's no overlap between the leaves at all. There's no problem there. What the fuck? So that is a register for all of its leaves. Let's go up one. A little bit more than one. Let's go up a lot. All right. So one of its leaves is 7, one of them is 8. None of them collide with this. So this should never fire, or this should never be true. For each of its leaves. Seven and 8, neither of them are store. What the fuck? Ah, I'm so tilted right now. None of this makes sense. Oh, wait a second. Wait. Is does cur have to be a register? Or no, cur has to be a register to merge into anything. Is T1 a register? Does it have to be a register? Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Actually makes a lot of sense. We can merge into something that isn't a register, actually. So that will skew things. Yeah, that's the only instance of T1 reg, actually. This is renamed wrong. This is cur uses T1, I think, right? That should be what it is. Wait, cur uses T2. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so we don't care then about what T1 is. This shouldn't segfault, right? Hopefully. It's still doing the weird order. That's really annoying. Like what? Why? Why does it prioritize that? Ah, okay. So let's keep this. All right, let's do this. Or let's just print things. Let's get rid of the print output. Or yeah, let's just do that way. that? Oh, I opened Notion. Whoops. I'm like kind of molding. I can't lie. Okay, and then if it doesn't print anything, then I think it's aliasing somehow, which shouldn't happen. So these should all be safe then. What the fuck? Am I insane? Oh my god, wait. Wait. Did I actually just forget that sign there? If that's what it was. Ah! Okay. All good, 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 all good. It's all good, it's all good. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good, guys. It's all good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. That explains so much. So now it does this correctly. All good. Okay, alright. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That definitely explains why that would not work. Holy hell. Yeah, we don't need this line, actually. Don't need that. That's so stupid. That's actually so stupid. Okay, so let's give us like the other slush pile we had before, which is... Does... The fuck? Oh, it's O0. Yeah, okay. Okay, this still merges the stores properly there, which is a good sign. If we do passes equals mem to reg, and yeah, that still merges. Okay, it looks like it all merges properly now with sample size 1. Let's try the if test. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that it's coalescing on the store side now, not on the load side, because if it's coalescing on the store side, we can... There's definitely like instructions that I guess will make that more efficient, but we can't really like... There's not really a more efficient way to like add to... we can't really like pull... we can't like load and then add in a more efficient way. That just necessarily has to be 2 operations. Whereas like there might be a more efficient instruction on if it's attached to the store instead of to the load. That's a really funny outcome. Let's make test. Skip 17. Oh yeah, because we have the extra. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay. Fix in rest of incorrect tree merging logic. Okay. What other tests would be interesting to look at? Oh, maybe simplify CFG. This is a mess. Let's give it just mem to reg and then simplify. Okay, well, on second thought, maybe this is not very interesting to look at. At least with just mem to reg. Let's get rid of mem to reg on here. Anything interesting that gets coalesced? Yeah, there's a store here that gets coalesced down. That's nice. Beyond that, doesn't look like there's that much. Maybe call chain? Yeah, this one could be interesting. Yeah, there's a whole pile of allocates at the top, which is pretty funny to me. I wonder why they're all in that one. Is that in main? Why are all the allocates up there? That doesn't make sense. Main shouldn't... Huh. Oh, wait, I think... Wait. Are we printing the functions in reverse order as well? Is that what's happening? Or is there something funky going on here? Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So this will staple them on in reverse order, which is not ideal. So let's fix that as well. Because we're processing each one in reverse order. So when we call like reset, we should reverse, I think. Right? Or we should at least like address that somehow. Or unless we want to just like iterate through this in reverse order. Huh. I don't know. That seems less ideal. Okay, so how do we merge to front again? I know I did this in the front end here. So instead of end, maybe begin. So now the wall of allocate is still in the wrong place. Interesting. Context should... Huh? That's strange. The allocates should all be in the middle now, not at the top. That doesn't make sense. Oh, duh. Wait, yeah. So this should be n still. Okay, so we should probably redesign the structure here. We should do like function trees and then like we should do that. Yeah, so let's rename this to function trees. And then we should do program trees. So we do that, and then we want program trees. We're gonna splice onto program trees, begin. This should be begin. And this should take function trees, like that, I think. Oh, and then I need to change the get result. Whoops. Program trees. Let's rebuild. Hopefully this vomits it out in the correct order now. Huzzah, okay. All the allocates are here now. Presumably these are all calls that are happening. Yeah, so then let's just run it with full opt. It looks like it's in the correct direction. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, yeah, that's good. Alright. So that debacle is solved. Fix reverse function order in. Okay. So I think that's kind of just like the big pile of tests. There's like one more test I thought that was interesting. That would be interesting. Op, or not op. Parsing, yeah. Because we have this giant compound expression. And I'm really curious what that turns into. Let's give it no opt. Let's give it parsing. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, this kind of does what I expected it to be honest. You'd expect it to, like, have more crazy stuff happening, but it can only merge so far. What happens if we passes equals mem to reg? Yeah, there we go. That's the really funny stuff. So if we look at the dump mir, yeah, so this just gives you a bunch of like chained ops. So now if we look at the trees that we get from this, we get this super long tree, which will be really funny to look at. And I'm quite excited to see what we end up doing with this stuff. Okay. I think that's kind of all of the bugs here, actually. I think we resolved all of them somehow, which is quite impressive to me, to be honest. I didn't expect to get, I guess, like all of this worked out in the close to 2 hours that I streamed today. But regardless, I think that's like a pretty solid place to call the stream. Yeah, I gotta finish my game dev homework, so I'm gonna get to doing that. Thank you all so much for showing up to today's stream, especially if you're new here. Yeah, I guess new viewers keep my channel going, so it's really cool that you're here. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and drop a like. It helps out a lot with the algorithm as well. While you're down there, make sure you join the Discord. It's the best place to get pinged when I go live and chat with the broader community of people. And everyone's really chill. It's great. Also, something relatively recent I've added in the description is someone way back in like stream days like 20 to 50 asked about donating to my stream. I hadn't really thought of a good way to do it at that point, but I've decided to like I've decided to at least set up like a GitHub sponsors page in case anyone like really does decide to donate. You're under no financial obligation to provide me any funding whatsoever. I will survive regardless, but if you wanted to, then there is a place to do that, and it would mean a lot to me. Yeah, barring that, my GitHub is in the description, and so is my LinkedIn, and you can add me on both of those to stay up to date with what I'm doing. Yeah, it's game dev time. There's also a football game going. I'm gonna be following lightly because I need to see how my fantasy points are doing. Right now it's not looking so good for me. But yeah, I'll worry about that later. Take care, y'all. Take it easy, and have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.